So for this comic book review, I'm going to be going over Adventures of the Super Sons, #1. So you see Damian and John there. And it's going to be a 12-part series, apparently. If you follow my channel, you know I love this series. It's probably my favorite series off of DC. Teen Titans, I've kind of fell off of that. I don't care for it right now because I don't know who that team is, the new team that Robin got's going, but it does not get my attention one bit. But yeah, I definitely love Super Sons. I think they make a great team. And so we'll jump into this. So it starts off with John eating popcorn. He's watching something. And he's talking about, like, you sure you don't want my help? I did learn from the best. So he's talking to someone. And it opens up a nice spread there. And it's Robin, Damian. And he's finding a Superman statue. With an eagle? Hawk? Eagle. And Robin's like, no, okay, fine. So, okay. So Superboy comes in, helps him, and they start walloping the statue. And it feels kind of weird because, like, man, I'm hitting my dad pretty much. So while Superboy is occupied with occupying the statue, Robin goes in to find out who's doing this, who's controlling it, and it's the puppeteer. Is that what they call them? I'm not familiar with some of these villains. Kind of like Marvel has those D-list villains that nobody really cares about, and they pop up every once in a while just to, I don't know, to throw them in there. So the puppeteer is the one controlling it with this little, it looks like an action figure. So see Robin's holding it right there, and I guess what you do with the figure, the statue does. So he's messing around with it, and he's like messing with John. See the little grin right there. And then he destroys it. Like, all right, we gotta get going. Statue goes back to normal, and John and Damian, I keep wanting to call him Todd, but Damian stop the puppeteer, and crowd gathers. Oh yeah, save the day, blah blah blah, and so forth. Now, in the next page, the Dark Side of the Moon. There she is, engaged, cloak activated. Someone's keeping tabs on the boys from the Dark Side of the Moon. Focus kind of sucks on it sometimes. And see the eyes right there, and they're on a spaceship. Obviously, this dude's bald. So, first thoughts are like, this is Lex Luthor. But, I don't know. So, school's out, and this takes place. Let me see if I'm sorry, before anything, Adventures of Super Sons takes place between Super Sons 16 and Superman Special #1. So it's kind of like in between those two, in case you were wondering what the timeline is on this. So, alright, school's out for summer, and Damon's over here talking about, what was it? He did a paper, and final essays, tell Mark's inspiration on Leaves of Doubt. He wrote pretty much a 120-page college-level thesis on what should have been like a paragraph. I forget what the topic is here. Let me see. Final essay. Tegmark's interpretation of some weird word. I don't know. I'm not even going to pronounce it. Maybe you know how to pronounce it. If it's folks. There we go, that word. It's some weird, it looks like Swedish or Norwegian. Anyways, so they're out, and this girl walks up to, she's yelling at, not yelling, but calling out John about a pool party this afternoon. So I texted you the address. It's like, John, can you tell your friend Gloria, or Georgia, I already have a pool. This is Damian talking, because, Damian has everything. He's a rich brat. And we have swim lessons every day this summer. So my swim lessons, John's pretty much like, you don't mean actual swim lessons. You're talking about like crime fighting stuff, right? And he goes on to say, it's going to be the summer of super. And he's all excited about it. So I'm assuming because the parents, Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Batman, Bruce, and Selena, they're not here, so they're gone for a while apparently. John, has been 2 hours. Joke's over. Because John keeps talking about Somewhere Super. After Kid Amazel tore a hole through the hall, blah blah. They're back at the headquarters, or Robin's little shindig place, and John comes in with 3 cases of soda. I mean, that's a lot of soda, because he's not allowed to drink soda at home apparently. He's like, my mom and dad don't let me drink it at home, but this isn't home. And I'm growing Kryptonian. You're going to grow to the size of 3 Kryptonians if you keep drinking all that. What's with the new belt? And my dad. So apparently John has a new belt too, which let me see. Can you see it? Right there. And Damon's like, "What's with that new belt?" So his dad gave it to him, and Robin's like, "Well, it's probably to keep tabs on where you're at." So pretty much they have like this relationship where it's like Damon's a serious one, jerky one, and John's the friendlier, lovable one, I guess. And so something happens here, and seems mindless. There's something on the news, and there's some kind of monster loose at the Mall of Metropolis. Seems mindless, not malevolent, but people could get hurt. Puppeteer was taken into custody, so it can't be him. But if it's tech, and so something's going on in Metropolis Mall, and they go to investigate, and they show up in what is this? Justice League. I don't know what that is. And Mall of Metropolis. So you got this giant looking furry thing. Looks like an anorexic Bigfoot. And it's flinging cars with people in it. And the boys show up. And John catches that car that he chucks. So they go at it. Here's the thing. You know what it looks like? It looks like a freaking one of those things from Attack on Titan. It kind of reminds me of that. If you cover up there, it looks like the main dude. Aaron, there we go. Looks like when he turns into one. So they start fighting, and Robin's about to come in, so he gets zapped with something. And John's like, "Robin, are you alright?" And Robin's like, "What the?" It's like, "Don't touch." And all of a sudden, he touches that thing and starts wrapping around him. So it's kind of like, looks like he's getting, what are those jackets? Straight jackets or something like that. So he gets more advertising. Wow. He gets tied up in that. In case you're wondering what this advertisement is I guess DC Looney Tunes. I know they had that bit a while back, so they're going to be doing more apparently. I think. So Robin's tied up. This monster's explaining, from what we've seen, your powers have gotten better over the past couple months, but can you swear that you're faster than a speeding laser? And he chucks John like it's nothing. And the boys are now, all of a sudden a group shows up, and the boys are pretty much outmatched here. You got Robin on the floor looking like a mummy, and you got John that gets chucked like nothing. And this new group that apparently knows both their names shows up. And like I said before, I really don't follow a lot of DC comics, so I don't know if this is new or if this has been around or if these guys are just making a special appearance for this or what. So let me introduce you to the gang. So now the bald dude from the spaceship earlier is here with 5 other dudes. And those 5 other dudes seem to be like a little Brainiac, a little Joker, a little Deadshot, a little, what do you call her? Best friend, X-Ray, Superboy, Shaggy, Ice Princess, there we go. So you've already met Shaggy Boy. So say hello to Ice Princess, Kid Deadshot, Brainiac 6, and wouldn't you know it, back from the grave, my bestest pal, Joker Jr. So that's Lex Luthor and Joker, Brainiac, Deadshot. They're all like kid. I don't think that big dude right there is a kid version of something, because he looks freaking big. Unless that's just what he looked like as a kid. So Lex got this gold kryptonite, and John's getting all freaking weak. You know how it goes with the Superman and kryptonite. And he slaps on this giant glove that it looks like Joker has it over here, but I don't know. I guess he's holding it. Yeah, he's holding it. So Notice that big green glove there. So Lex puts it on, and all of a sudden he starts walloping John with it. And there you go. And it ends like that. So you got this little gap tooth kid version of Lex Luthor, and he starts pummeling John as Damien. You see him there. It's just watching. Obviously to be continued into till the next issue. Did I like it? Yeah, I liked it. I was just a little confused on who this new crew is, because, like I said, I don't really follow DC much. I don't know if these guys have already shown up before, or if they're new. Joker Jr., I mean, I've never heard of that. But it looks interesting, so I'm pretty intrigued. I think it's kind of cool because, like, okay, you got Superboy and Robin, and they're facing, like, the kid versions of their dad's nemesis, arch enemies, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. I've always thought of this as a fun comic, and enjoyed the chemistry between Damian and John. And so I was, for a moment there, I thought they were going to end it with the last with Super Son 16, and then this one came out. I didn't even know about this one, and Boys Are Back in Town. Yeah, even says Boys Are Back in Town. So I was like, all right, and I see it's 12 issue. Like I said, I don't know what Maxi series is. I'm assuming it's just a 12 issue series. But yeah, I'll definitely keep on. But, oh, I should have seen that on the cover. All right. So if you can notice, I didn't catch this. You got Joker's hand. You got that thing. You got the ice person. I'm assuming that's a Deadshot one. Yeah, I missed that. I didn't even catch that. Wow. But yeah, I like it. If you are reading this, if you read Super Sons and you want to give your thoughts on that, go ahead and do so in the comment section. But like I said, I like it. I'm going to pick up the second issue. I'm probably going to get all 12 issues, to be honest. It's real here. And so yeah, I mean, that's all I got for this comic book review. I try to keep it short. We're at like 12 minutes already. So yeah, you guys have a good one, and until next time, bye.